The one question that everybody's been asking, and I'm curious about, what is it that Trump has that prompted the FBI raid at Mar-a-Lago? And apparently, Christina Bobb, his attorney, doesn't know. Sean Hannity, who's on his phone tree, doesn't know. So who knows? The mess. The mess knows. All right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Dinesh D'Souza literally has a video titled, "Here's What Trump Has That Prompted the FBI Raid at Mar-a-Lago." And it's 6 minutes long, and we should be able to get through it fairly quickly because I'm just going to answer all of our questions. And then we're off for the evening to go watch the meltdown continue for the next 5 days.
At the recent CPAC conference in Dallas, which
all the way back to then,
concluded this weekend, there was a straw poll. And the results of the straw poll report
were totally legit and not at all like some sort of weird Saddam Hussein, Vladimir Putin poll where if you want to get in, you have to say this.
Pretty widely in the media. Trump 69%. This is for 2024. DeSantis 23%. And pretty tellingly, Cruz 2%, Pompeo, Nikki Haley, Rand Paul, Kristi Noem, all 1%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Matt Schlapp and the wife promised Trump that he would win it handily, and so they weighted it in his direction to push down on DeSantis so he doesn't get too big on himself. Okay.
And by the way,
sorry, the audio was hot. Shit, sorry.
Wait, notice
they're all different. They're all different.
This who's not there? Mike Pence, 0%.
Well, yeah, dumb fuck. They all wanted to hang him.
Wow.
Wow. It's like, I mean, it's like a hoop. What's an O remind me of? It's like there's like a rope with an O on the end of it. That's like the 0 he got.
Now, I want to try to explain the Trump phenomenon
please
here because there are some people who...
We only have 6 minutes, so just start with money, trophy wives, bullshit kind of revival preacher storyline, flim-flam artist, game show host. That's all you guys need because your ethics don't matter.
And I've been seeing this on social media.
Yes, and on social media, he means Troth Central.
That DeSantis is much more kind of error-free than Trump.
Yeah. That's the way we look at him.
DeSantis
is more error-free. Yeah. He has not. He does not have 26 credible sexual assault claims against him, one including a 13-year-old girl. That's true. We can say that about DeSantis.
Doesn't make Trump's mistakes. He is very effective, as Trump is, in hitting back at the media. They both have that.
Well, neither one of them have gotten reelected so far.
That kind of fortitude. But DeSantis is less ad hominem. DeSantis is in some ways, certainly in terms of his personal life, he seems unbelievably clean cut. He's got the sort of perfect resume.
The perfect resume, which never in any of these situations points to a situation where it's all a facade and behind the scenes something awful is going on.
So
we never find that out about Republicans and their families.
Why is it? Why
on the Appalachian Trail?
Why is it then,
or when Kimberly Guilfoyle is involved,
that Trump is consistently not just ahead, but way ahead? I mean, Trump.
Because maggots have daddy issues, and they all want to live the life of a skeevy, hedonistic, second-generation rich dickhead from New York. I'm spitballing.
Trump is over 2/3 of the vote, and DeSantis's numbers only improve if you take Trump out of the equation. So,
which Trump will do.
So what's going on here?
What is going on here? I'm going to go with they padded the numbers because he insisted. He said 99%.
Well,
I'm almost done. I know I've gone. Huh? I know. It's been a long. There's two. I know. That's why I opened the door, because I was like, she's going to come get me. We have to go someplace. So I've got 4 minutes of this video left, which is 10 minutes. So soon. All right.
I want to try to explain this in an unusual way. The writer Scott Fitzgerald, this is the author, of course, of The Great Gatsby.
Yes, let's just go back to like English class in middle school.
And a number of other important books.
Yes. How to Get Ahead in Marketing, Branding 109, and the original art of the deal.
Scott Fitzgerald once said
Scotty, we call him.
something very poignant and I think
Once?
very illuminating. He said, I've got the two second best things to have, but I don't have the two best things to have.
Great.
And
I don't have classified information, and I don't have Vladimir Putin's private cell phone number.
And he went on to explain that the second best things to have in his
Is orange skin and a big red tie that covers your pee-pee.
view were good looks and intelligence. And Scott
Oh, I see.
Fitzgerald goes, I got those two. But he goes, but the two best things to have are
rich and ugly.
animal magnetism.
That's what it is. It's Trump's animal magnetism that does it. It's just everybody walks by and people go, ow.
Animal magnetism and money. And I don't have those.
I don't think he meant the table manners of an animal.
And Fitzgerald here, I think, was referring specifically to Hemingway because Fitzgerald noticed that Hemingway had this animal magnetism. Hemingway could go to Spain, not even know the language, and there he is, and
drinking and fucking and punching and driving cars and not cheating at golf and being successful.
Drinking with his buddies, and they're all watching the bullfight, and Hemingway's a great guy. If something,
and, he had friends, something that Trump doesn't have.
Contagious or infectious about Hemingway wherever he went. And Fitzgerald kind of envied that. What has Hemingway got?
Yeah, he's got interpersonal social skills that make people like him, and they stick with him. They're loyal to him, and he doesn't use them and abuse them. They feel trusting towards him, and I don't know where this has nothing to do with Trump.
That I don't have. And I want to apply this kind of principle a little bit to politics, because I think if we think about somebody like Nixon.
Okay. Animal magnetism we're going with, I guess?
Now, Nixon did not have good looks. I think it's fair to say.
Well, don't punch down, Dinesh.
He did have a lot of intelligence. Animal magnetism, zero. And
he managed to get reelected.
A lot of money. So part of the sort of astonishment of Nixon was that he was able to get so far, in a sense, while having so little. JFK, good looks, yes. Intelligence, a fair amount. Animal magnetism, yes, a fair amount. Money, a lot. So you can see JFK's path in that sense was very smooth. Look
until he was murdered.
At Reagan. Good looks, yes. Intelligence, yes. Animal magnetism, yes. And money, a fair.
This is just weird. Also, we are more than halfway through this shit. What prompted the raid? Was it just the FBI guys wanted to smell his musk?
Fair amount. Not obviously not as much as, say, Trump, but obviously.
Yeah, certainly not. He didn't grunt when he ate with his thumbs.
A successful Hollywood career.
By the way, animal magnetism does not mean that you eat a plate of beans by going. That's not what that means. He knows that, right?
Bill Clinton, good looks, yes. Although Debbie's like, Dinesh, are you serious? I don't see what's good looking about Bill Clinton, but obviously many people did think so.
Because he got laid all over the place.
Intelligence, yes. Animal magnetism, yes. Money, not really. The Clintons made their money basically through crookery later, and that doesn't really count because if you...
Yeah, you need generational wealth to overwhelm your animal magnetism.
Get your money through theft and stealing.
Again, where the fuck are we going with this? We're 4 minutes in.
It's hardly a measure of what you've accomplished.
What are they trying to do? Does Trump bottle his mojo?
Hillary Clinton looks, well, no. In fairness, when Hillary was in the White House, they must have brought in beauticians and hairdressers and maybe some...
Fuck you.
Who knows what, but they were able to make her look pretty good. So her looks improved in the time she was in the White House, but then they degenerated afterwards to what they were before. Intelligence, yes. Animal magnetism, no. And money, no. Let's turn to Gavin Newsom, mentioned as a presidential contender. Looks, yes.
Christ. So they raided Mar-a-Lago because Trump has more animal magnetism than Hillary. What?
Intelligence, not
what is this? Get on with it.
really. Animal magnetism, no. Key point.
I did not see this guy as videos go that are named "Here's what Trump has that prompted the FBI to raid on Mar-a-Lago." I was not expecting a checklist like you would see in an issue of McCall's or OK Magazine for like teen heartthrobs.
And I think a big liability and money, yes. Kamala Harris, this is really kind
So what you're trying to tell us, Dinesh, is that you will never be president.
of a joke. Looks, no. Intelligence, no. Animal magnetism, no. Money, no. You may ask, what's she doing in politics? Good question. But coming back now to Trump and DeSantis, with DeSantis, look.
What about Biden? The dude who stomped a mud hole in Trump and marched it dry.
Looks, yes. Intelligence, yes. Money, no. Animal magnetism, no. So using the Fitzgeraldian calculus.
The Fitzgeraldian calculus.
This is what is holding DeSantis back. He doesn't have that kind of factor that automatically makes him a star, that turns heads in a room. But now,
Jesus Christ.
now look at Trump. Good looks. Well, even though Trump is now well into his 70s, I would say yes.
No. What?
Intelligence, yes.
No. Based on what? He's conniving. It's not the same thing.
Animal magnetism, yes.
Easy. Try not to chub on your stream. The Dinesh D'Souza podcast is a family-friendly program.
In spades.
In spades.
And in fact, the good looks very often for someone at Trump's age are the animal magnetism.
Yeah, it's hard to separate them. You're right. It's hard to mix them up. I mean, you don't know what's turning you on, but it's happening, and you can't deny it. You just feel it.
And then finally, money a lot. So you.
No, he's a broke son of a bitch. He's broke. He's fucked up. If it wasn't for the money he was fleecing from the maggots, he'd be doomed right now. What are you talking about?
You can kind of see here why Trump dominates. And I think Debbie made the point as we were chatting about.
What are you talking about? He dominates at CPAC because he's king of the pricks. It's not because he has any specific traits. That if somebody came along who was younger and more of an asshole than he was, who could afford to buy the influence at CPAC, they'd just broom him right the fuck out of the way.
About this, the additional point that with Trump, not only does he have the money,
he doesn't have the money,
but he has the kind of working class style.
You mean he's a fucking baboon? And that's what you think, that working class people are shitty, grungy, sexist assholes. This is more like classist than anything else. Trump, he talks shit. He's a sexual predator. He's gross. He eats garbage. That's what makes him like the plebes. I'm not like them because these assholes live in a big fancy house, of course.
So that he's not withdrawn from the community. Ordinary people can look at Trump and go, man, you know what? He's the kind of billionaire I would aspire to be.
What? The kind of... Yeah, we all want to be billionaires so we can eat fast food and change wives like diapers. What?
He relates to people on a kind of even basis.
No, they just project onto him.
And so I think this is the secret of Trump's success.
That's why they fucking raided the place? Oh my God.
And by the way,
imagine that as the take.
Broke in.
Lord almighty.